Alright, what's up everybody? I'm John.
I'm Rob.
And welcome to Gamers Corner, your one-stop shop for anything and everything game-related. Basically, we play games, you watch us play games. It's that simple. I know what you're thinking, Game Grumps, rip-offs, and yeah, the only difference, we're not funny. So,
we're like very boring.
yeah, so we're gonna try a different approach. We're gonna play through these games intellectually. We're gonna attempt to play video games intellectually. Go ahead. Just hit yes. And sort of critique them while we play. So it's gonna be like a review, let's play combo. We're just gonna try to breeze through this tutorial as fast as possible to actually get to the game.
You think I'm gonna breeze through a tutorial?
Okay.
Tutorials are hard.
Yeah. No. So this is basically our show in a nutshell. We're also gonna have our friends come over and do a little. This is our main show right now. Here it's called Gamers Corner. We're also gonna get our friends over, play some party games. We call that game nights. Do some online play with like one of them. Shut up, Rob. I'm doing an intro. It's not that important.
Is any of this for real?
Yeah, we're gonna do some online play. I'm gonna do an online with Nick. Let's do some Monster Hunter. Maybe play with Peter and Jarek, our other two friends. Maybe Halo and some COD. I don't know. And I'm gonna try to do some, maybe even do some solo Let's Plays. Also, I'm gonna do some solo Let's Plays for, you know, if I get the craving for an indie game or an RPG, that'll be served as sort of like a dual-purpose rant, entertainment, update video. But our main shows will be Gamers Corner and Game Night, which Game Night actually will surprisingly be entertaining to watch actually sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time.
Depends on mood.
Depends on our mood, really. Also, I'm starting to get into some amateur animation. I'm gonna try to actually do some Game Grumps animated for you guys. I know a lot of people really like Game Grumps animated, but you know, to springboard their own shows. But I think it's just like a gold mine for, you know, subscribing. So I'm gonna try to do as many of those as possible. I'm working on one right now, and do some other, you know, game-related animation. Also going to try, keyword try, to get all of us together and do some live-action video recording of us. Actually make some videos and stuff like that. Yeah. Hopefully. It's not gonna be any Freddy W or Corridor Digital, but you know, we're gonna try to do some stuff. You know, give a variety. Otherwise, we'd be lying if we said this is your one-stop shop for anything and everything game-related, which it is, by the way.
Man, you're giving me too much credit that I won't just become lazy for the next couple weeks.
Hey, hey, it's cool. I'm basically running this shit. You guys are just tagging along for the ride.
So this like actually part of the game, or is this?
Yeah,
like...
yeah. The thing is that okay. First thing I want to talk about is, you know, just cutscenes in general. Like, you know how a lot of people are always saying like, oh, they hate cutscenes. It's just like you play from one segment to the next. With, you know, you're like just playing for cutscenes and stuff. Well, for me, I kind of liked that. Like when I was younger, like because it kind of gave me something to look forward to. Not so much now. And then if you look at the cutscenes like that, you saw how great and beautiful it was, and then you just compare that to the actual like rendering of the in-style gameplay, and you just see the difference. I mean, it's not that this is bad. Like for this is actually for PS2, I think it's actually good, especially early PS2. Like this is 2001 or something.
I
don't know exactly. And now we get into the tutorial. It's really stupid. Move the analog stick to move. Isn't that fairly obvious? I mean, come on.
Maybe you use a D-pad.
But this I always thought was really cool. Like, the tutorial is really awesome, but it just shouldn't be so obvious that's a tutorial, you know? Like, it should just let you move around, have none of the buttons do anything else until, like, now, but it shouldn't just tell you to press O to jump. Like, that should just happen. I don't know. Jump up onto the pedestal, Rob. Get on the fucking pedestal! There you go.
Power Guardian. No. What is? Wait, is this like free branching paths or something? Or?
I don't know exactly. I think
Oh wait.
it might alter the game somewhat. I'm not 100% sure. I did the sword originally, and
Well, it
the
looks like
first time
you-
I played it,
Well, it looks like you're just gonna get all of them. So.
no, you just gave up the other one. You just gave up the sword. So now you have the shield as your path, and you gave up the sword path.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, Rob's never played Kingdom Hearts before. I played it a long time. I played this a long time ago. I actually played the second one first. I don't know. I'm just weird like that. Funny story. I didn't actually know how to fully experience Kingdom Hearts, like switching your Keyblades for a stronger one. So the entire game, I just played through with the original Keyblade that you get. I even beat the final boss with it. I'm like telling people this, and they're like, "Oh my god, you're so fucking hardcore." And I'm like, that was an accident. If I knew I could change my weapon, I obviously would have done that. And it's not. And the funny, even I had the guidebook because I didn't even know how to save. Like I bought the guidebook for the second game because I didn't even know how to save. That's how bad of a gamer I was, I guess, in that regard. But I was persistent in that other sense that I guess I was good.
Mystery to you.
So yeah, and I didn't even realize I could like fully realize this, that I could change my weapons until I played this game, which afterwards. So that's when it really hit me, and I got really upset. Like, so go ahead and just kill these guys. Yeah, the game mechanics are actually similar to most action adventure games. How you just sort of like press one or two buttons. What gets interesting is that it's got like you use the D-pad to actually cycle through to later to go through your items or magic, and then you like during a menu you'll like have set which items and magic you want to just go to right away. Just hit X. Just hit X. Yeah, just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, this is all bullshit. Just keep
Different
going.
items. Well.
Yeah, we weren't sure exactly what game to start off with, but it just kind of came to me where we should play this because hit X and then
Yeah, and reading.
yeah,
Okay.
who cares? And then
well,
it occurred to me that we have a lot to talk about this game. It's actually a really good game to start off with. This is like literally the perfect concept.
It's kind of like Zelda.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Yeah, it's like an action adventure game. For an RPG, it's really interesting to have this kind of style of gameplay. But you'll see it's like when you switch out between magic items and attack, then it gets a little tricky because you have to take your thumb off the analog stick to move to actually cycle through it. So you have to be safe, away from enemies to do that. You can really get into it though.
Yeah,
like you don't even like think about it. Though it does get a little aggravating when it starts to take like 10 hits on a single Heartless, and in the cutscene they literally run past them and use one hit on it to kill it. Like I'm literally like I remember that, and that really pissed me off. Like, why can't I do that in the game? I don't know. Examine. It's like now I have to go down to the D-pad to go to examine.
Okay.
Yeah, the question mark one will always like change. So you have that. So you have attack, items, magic.
Yeah, I just thought it would switch automatically.
No,
but
yeah.
it doesn't open.
You can also go up, and it goes automatically.
Yeah.
I said 95% sure. I love you just randomly. You can push large crates out of nowhere. Like why is just walk against it?
Okay.
Like, why does it feel the need to throw in all these aspects like at such a random time. This is why I hate most tutorials.
It depends, honestly. Like, some games, I think you need a
Yeah.
tutorial.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, like, it shouldn't be obvious that's a tutorial. Like, go ahead and have a tutorial, but don't make it so obvious. Like, this right now, they're just showing that you can lock on objects, lock on enemies, push crates. That should all be done, like, if you're, like, doing a specific task for a friend or something when you get to your world or whatever. That should be, like, in the actual game, not as a side thing. I don't know, that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. It just never really an issue for me, honestly.
Well,
I,
this,
I never really thought about it.
it's, I don't know, it's just that and cutscenes just sort of, like, disrupts the flow of gameplay, I guess, to me.
I like cutscenes.
I mean, cutscenes are good, but they should only be used sparingly. They shouldn't be used all the time.
Well, if a game has like a complex story,
Well, yeah, I guess, but it should be used
makes
like
it more cinematic.
That's true. Like this game utilizes cutscenes fairly well. I'll admit that. It's not like the transition in the beginning. You thought that was just a pointless cutscene, but it actually led into the first tutorial. So that's good. So and this whole concept is really cool because it talks about like ideas of philosophy and stuff like that, and some really deep kind of concepts for a Disney PS2 game, you know? Even a Disney Squaresoft PS2 game. The attack command has changed to talk. It's like you attack somebody.
What are you afraid of?
Rob's afraid of being different, obviously.
Indecisive. Being indecisive. Is that really so scary? What do you think?
What's most important to you? Friendship, obviously. I mean, it's not even a contest.